Anyways, so is there anything else on this island? There might be something here, perhaps. It's surprisingly big, so that leads me to believe that it could be worth exploring a little bit further. There is a main path that, I think that was south, we were thinking might be worth exploring. This is looking like it. Well, it's not much. However, there is at least something here. Meteorite ingot. That, I think, probably does make it worthwhile in and of itself. Ashes, not so much. But I started to hear some enemies. Yeah. What is that sound? Sounds like Intrigas. Outside in here? Don't think so. I'm intrigued by the Intrigas. Let's check that out. Something here. I can't see what it... Oh, worker. Yeah, that is not terribly significant. If you have any bigger friends, then you start to get my interest. Huh? Something that took out a bear? Did the Intriga and the bear fight themselves to a draw? It really looks like it. Something.
Damn, you're late.
Sounded bigger than this, based on the sound it was making. Really hoping that we might find, like, say, an Arrakis. Then that would seem like that would be worthwhile. No such enemy yet, though. Oh! I don't know if those are going to be any good, but sure. Can check. Much worse for the armor rating. Slightly better for resistances, but overall, definitely not an upgrade. I thought that was something for a second there. So yeah, I'm intrigued. Oh, that looks like a place of power. What is that island? A tiny little island of some sort. We don't really know. That shape looks place of power-y. Yeah, this is still big enough where I feel like we could definitely be missing something here, but enough of it seems empty that I'm reluctant to search it high and low. There are drowners here. That isn't necessarily a sign of something else being there. Sometimes drowners will be guarding treasure, but definitely not all the time.
Show me
that
what you got.
Does want to mess with us. There does seem to be something getting highlighted over here. No, maybe not though. Whoa, we are very hurt. I did not realize that. Who are we fighting most recently? All those soldiers? Did it really hurt us that much? The left over from the fight before that? Wow. So these guys? They're really dealing that much damage to us? I'm very surprised. Gone now. They weren't terribly significant because we're still lower level than us. That is probably the boat that we took to get here. And just to confirm, it does not appear as though they were guarding anything. Don't feel terribly inclined to fight your friend. And the island that I was talking about is actually this one here. I'd rather not have to fight you in the water, because, well, I suppose we could still one-shot you with the crossbow if necessary. Let's check this one out. I think this one is not necessarily the island we really want. This is the one that I'm more interested in. It looks like it has an interesting rock formation that reminds me of places of power. As for whether or not that is actually the case, only one way to know for sure. I don't know. I would like to pick that. I think that is actually a very unusual herb that we just picked up. Again, have to fight the initial impression, because that is one of the most common herbs from Witcher 1, but not in Witcher 3. So, you're really telling me, though, that Stonehenge is not anything? It's not like it's an illusion here that will actually teleport us? Apparently not. I'm a little surprised. And maybe, you know, teleporting us to some far-off destination would have been wishful thinking, yes, but still felt like there was a chance we might get something there. So, there was potentially the thought of us going here, because there's definitely some buildings there. That might be a place to note. There's also some stuff here. That might be also a reason to go up north a bit. This location. So, not sure. We're obviously now closer to this one here. And this. And this. So maybe we do go that way, rather than checking this part out now. But it is tempting to go the other way still, because I feel like if we don't do it now, then there's certainly the chance that we will not head back in this direction for a little while. It's somewhat in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you could say that just about everywhere in Velen, it would seem. What are those fruits, though? Blood moss, I think it's much more common, though. That sounded like something. Ashes? Those in here. There you are. That. There? Maybe? I'm not sure. Something big. Huh. No! Something very different from that. We might have seen this guy before. Let's save. And then proceeded to run in the opposite direction. I'm intrigued. My guess is this guy's gonna absolutely demolish us. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely demolish us. Question mark level, we have learned. Means do not come anywhere near. We'll let him be. Let's just double check where exactly this is. That seems to be that location there. So we might still be able to head, in the right direction here, east of it, for the other location that appears to have some built structures. But I don't know. I don't know what we might find. I think I probably should have placed a marker on the map. Yeah, hold on. We overshot a bit. Do we have a question mark just show up on the map? Like right in front of us? No. I don't think we've done that much exploring in this area. Seems greener than where we've been in the past. Oh. Interesting. Not expect a bridge. This appears to be the... Oh, is that actually... Did we know there was going to be a quest here? Oh, yes, I think we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. No. Or did we just know about this question mark? I might be mixing up the question mark with this exclamation point here. Huh. Okay. That might actually be new to us. Not sure if that's an indication that we ought to go to the actual quest location first, or this spot first, because the quest may very well lead us back in this direction. Not climb that ladder. Let's punch it instead. Teach it a lesson. How dare you not let us climb you? The nerve. You go back up to your room for 5 minutes and think about what you've done. Okay. Yeah, so let's head over to the quest now in that case. Where did it go? Here, I think, in this direction? Yeah. As for what to expect. Okay. Sure about that? Okay. Seems like you're typical. Fight against the other bandits. You know, I'm not sure if we could have potentially negotiated anything with them if we had truthfully stayed away from them, but it didn't really seem like it. Okay. So, we defeated them. Is there anything else of note? Or were you just random bandits? Some variety. Definitely wolves. Yeah, that's a bit of a strange one. Something, yes. Ew. What exactly? Couldn't exactly say. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Which does make me wonder if maybe we had opted to take a bit more of a peaceful route. What might have happened? I mean, it's always hard to gauge, because I feel like, on one hand, 9 times out of 10, when we find bandits doing things like that, they're, truthfully, just bandits, and nothing more. But then, every once in a while, we flip the script a little bit, and suddenly there might be some other reason to do something a little bit differently. Where are we actually headed now? We're going further south. It's actually back toward the main quest area. If anything, we want to go in the opposite direction and head toward this question mark, I think. Let's double back a bit. And this is looking like a roach situation as well. That is about the most roundabout way Geralt could have possibly mounted roach there. Yeah, I was partially expecting us to find some kind of item of note on those bandits, and maybe that was going to be the reason why there was a potential quest there, but we might have just missed the mark a little bit. Okay, there are several ways in which we could break off from this path here. But yeah, actually, one of them would be... Wait to... hold on. Hold on. Not actually placing quest markers here. One of them would be the way to get to this spot here. Is the objective on this occasion. It wasn't you that made that sound, was it, Roach? Maybe it was. This looks like a bandit camp. See, but most bandit camps get labeled with the question marks, not with the quest exclamation point. We didn't get any message saying quest complete or quest failed when we fought those bandits earlier. Whereas I suspect... Oh, guarded treasure, actually. By what? The bear? I'm sure we've seen bears guard treasure before. Is this a normal bear, or is this some kind of special bear? Reason why this particular bear is guarding... You're level 12. That, I think, is higher than previous bears we've fought. In the past, we've seen bears level 6-ish. Hey, you're taking. We lost Quinn, so let's get that back up. Hit you in the bum. For crit damage. We probably should. You would come back though. That would help. You are making this easier, though, when you continuously just allow us to hit you in the butt. So, not bad in that way. It does seem that you were the only thing guarding this. Yeah. Is that the primary thing that you were guarding? Because it's not very good. So I hope not. Hope there's something better here as well. Maybe. Possibly. But the whole premise of a bear guarding treasure is a little odd. I mean, I can sort of get the monster thing. It's like, oh, the monsters are, in some cases, just guarding something shiny, or sometimes the monsters are smart enough that might be something that they understand, that there's something valuable here that I want to protect. But on this occasion, like, what does a sword that is locked in a chest mean to a bear? I would think not much. It's a little odd. Well, I was a little surprised to see that the bear was actually the only thing guarding that treasure there. Now I'm just kind of randomly going into the woods and seeing what, if anything, this leads us to. Oh. This is interesting. Anything on the map here that would suggest that we found something? Yeah, it just seems like we found a random little alcove here. Ravine of sorts. Just not sure what the best way to get down there is. Looks like a pretty steep drop. I think it gets lower over here. Maybe? Maybe not. Correct shit. I think we can drop here. That didn't sound good. Is that a crow? So that is a very angry crow. I suppose I haven't seen too many happy crows in my day. Anything in it? No. Alright, there's got to be something down here, right? There's blood. I'm expecting some kind of big monster and probably some more guarded treasure, actually. Not sure. We ought to go this direction. Ew. Give some better keys. This direction or the opposite direction? Been a long time since we've seen a bee's nest. I just heard one. I don't know where more precisely it is. Huh. It's a really cool looking area. Absolutely. I'm just surprised there isn't more here. We probably want to double back in the other direction. See if that is where we might find some stuff. Enemy down there. Looks like a sleeping bear? I think so. I mean, I'd rather not. Alright. I suppose we have to.
What now?
Feel a little better about it. We're not, you know, attacking the bear in his sleep. But now that we're getting to the end of this area, it would seem, I would hope, that this might be a location where we'd find some nice loot. Possibly. Not the vial. Calcium equum is a rare, and I think powerful, alchemy ingredient. But I like that. That is quite significant. Might be worth double checking if there's anything new we can craft now that we have more of it. Anything there? Nope. Then I think we do also want to check in the opposite direction. Oh, whoa, okay, hold on. Well, this is something. Didn't expect this. I also didn't see anything show up on our map to suggest that this was a new entrance to some place we'd never seen before. But I do wonder if we've actually been down here before. Huh? This isn't where we fought the Foglet a ways back, was it? Super Foglet? No, I don't think so. It does look boss arena-y, though. What's this place? There's certainly a non-zero chance that we end up bumping into an enemy that is way out of our league here. Again, it's odd. We don't have any indicators showing up. It suggests we have been here before, but I have no recollection of being here. Oh. I assume we can find that. Okay. Huh? It's just the other side, but... Oh, there's, wasn't really anything to note in there. Was it the other side? No, that might be the same side, actually. I think it was. Anyways, I am intrigued by what else is upriver here, or downriver. I'm not really sure which one it technically is. Might still be worth checking what's on the other side of that cave there. Yeah, I would have thought we'd get some indication as to what we were getting ourselves into, and we didn't. So let's keep going this way. Doubling back a bit to see if, like, where this blood leads. Do we follow that and find something cool? Not here. The other side? Slightly different here. I don't know. Not seeing much. Maybe it is mostly that cave. We tried this area though. Not sure if we have. And it looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Just feel like we're in this nice area here, I would expect there to be stuff to do with it. Let's see how much damage we can do to ourselves this way. That might have been the way we went down, or at least it should have been the way we went down. I don't think it was. Yeah, I think this is roughly where we first saw this area down here. So, I'm not sure there is anything other than that cave there. We did, of course, end up doubling back around the way we went in. So let's maybe give that one more shot. See if we can actually find anything on the other end of it. And if not, then we'll just head back into town and maybe go and do the main quest after this. So yeah, I mean, there was a little bit here with the corpse we ran into, and also similar story when we went over at the very end here, but that to me implied that there was going to be some big monster that had caused all this harm. There was a bear. It just seemed like that wasn't as significant as I was expecting. Yeah, so here's the cave. Let's make sure we go out the other way, rather than just trying the way we came from. That would mean... oh no, it's a dead end. I take it back. There's only this way. Yeah. Ow. Huh. There's gotta be some other reason for this being here, right? I think we're probably jumping the gun. In that case would be my guess. That on some future occasion we'll learn in that location. Officially. And then we'll be like, oh yes, I recall. But this is also a bad idea. Geralt is probably gonna slip and kill himself. Or just take damage. Okay, good. Emerged relatively unscathed. That. Not terribly valuable resource there, I don't think. So let's get out of here. Get up out of this gorge. Which might be easier said than done. Okay. Is that climbable enough? Yes. Okay. Now let's reestablish where we are. I think this is actually fairly close to where we saw the tree dude a while back. That's perhaps something to bear in mind. I think that guy was level 20. So even at this stage, even though it's been a while, we are still not in a good place to fight him. And what is the... oh, go to the Baron is what our quest indicator is currently pointing at. Oh, I saw something over there. Okay, so we have gone after the question mark there, and didn't really get anything out of the exclamation point that we saw over here. Explored that. Explored this area. We did not end up checking out this place. We're talking about how now that we've gone in the opposite direction, maybe that's harder to justify at this point in time. And at this rate, I think we are far enough away from the Dragon Slayer's Grotto and Downwarren that it might make sense to just carry on into Lindenvale and then maybe teleport from there to either Downwarren for the Crone quest, or at least the follow-up to that. Or we could opt to go to Crow's Perch. However, that one is kind of... we haven't started that aspect of that quest, whereas we're sort of, in a way, halfway through, or partway through. One with the crones and Granny and people in the marshes. So I'm feeling more like we ought to do the Downwarren one, at the moment at least. Let's actually continue on in exactly the direction in which we are facing. Oh, which would mean, of course, crossing that gorge is not really something that we can just do. Assuming those are wolves. Actually, sound like Indrigas. There are enough of them. But yeah, I'm assuming they're probably workers. It's not super interesting. Unless you have something at the top of this mountain, maybe a strong word, but whatever this thing is. Seems like you could. I think we've been here, though. This looks familiar. No apparent... well, this is an explosive. We may have just opted not to destroy it. No, we have not been here, apparently. Or maybe we have. For a second there, it looked like we could loot that, but I think we have already done so on a previous occasion. Alright, even though you're not showing us your name, I'm, yeah, pretty darn sure. You're just a generic Indriga. It's not really something that is terribly appealing. Oh, you did, however, sneak up behind us. You never really quit on us. I was all consumed with trying to figure out what this was, and I think the answer was, well, not an enemy. There's the remains of an enemy. I was eyeing that area. I was like, at some point, something's gonna come out of there and try to attack us. We've seen this. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yes, that was the thing that originally turned us onto that large rock face of some sort. Did I mark the actual place we were looking to go on the map, or not? So now you show the entrance. Okay. Never mind the fact that we went in there already. This was where we saw the fake Witcher, I think? Yeah. Either that or had a Witcher contract? Actually, maybe the latter. The one with the enemy with the crazy long tongue that they attacked us with. It was kind of weird. I think it might have been that one. In another instance of having access to Mandrake, I think we do want to make a point, and Nostrix, which is also hard to get. Let's make a point of picking up these rare herbs. Then we'll head over. Roach. Oh, you're running away. It's kind of beside the point. Okay, so let us head over here now. And say hello to our friends. More importantly, check out their fast travel location. Oh, and I'm now remembering, wait, is this Lindenvale that we just went to? It is. I remember that you guys were saying a while back when we were looking for Dolores in Lindenvale, you were saying that she's actually re-inhabited Rearden Manor, one of the buildings there. So if we're gonna go here just for the purpose of making it to the fast travel location, there's no reason why we would not be able to beam ourselves up to Rearden Manor a little bit before we go to the main quest, because I think it was we learned more information about some of the things that happened, at Reardon Manor regarding Dolores and her sort of scandal of sorts. So we kind of wanted to have the chance to talk to her about that. As for which building she opted to go in, my guess is it's probably the big one, except it isn't. It's actually this one. Lucky guess. Will you actually speak to us, Dolores? Or not? Are you not speaking to us because it is currently perhaps a strange hour of the day / night? I don't know. We can check. I suppose it is just... What? Excuse me? Why am I not allowed to meditate? There we go. Oh, it's strange. Oh, Dolores. Please wake up. So we may speak to you. Perhaps. Do you really need me to, like, rest longer? Just so that you're up? Fine, we'll rest slightly longer. Now she gets up. Hello.
For what you did, I must thank you again.
Yeah, but see, like, there's this thing where... Okay, maybe we'll ease into the whole there's a body in the cellar thing.
Managing all right? Hope there wasn't too much monster damage.
A bit. Though time, I think, was the greater culprit. But I don't let it worry me. I spent my youth in this house. Restoring its splendor will be a pleasure, not a burden.
Yeah, but, like, that's not what the guy in the cellar said.
Got some hard news too, though. Found your brother's corpse bricked up in a wall. And this.
So, Roderick, my husband, he killed him. Gods.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The truth can be cruel, but one can't turn back time. I must find this spot. I must bid Humbert farewell.
Maybe I can show you where it is. Something tells me you're not gonna actively seek it out yourself. Dude, before we talk to you again, do we actually...
Thank you.
No?
Again. The manor requires much work. Much work.
Yeah, but see, like, sure, manor, yes, but at the same time, there's a dead guy, and that dead guy is your brother, and you should probably do something about that, because that's not cool. Okay, so I suppose in some ways we kinda sort of resolved that, but anyways, now let's head back to DOWNWARREN. And I believe we were to put on the primary quest, unless we've found anything else in the meantime that has suddenly become a relevant quest for us to do, given the level. Don't Play with the Gods, I think, was getting close, but we were saying we wanted to wait a little while longer before we did that. Because it's still a couple levels above us, so we theoretically, or actually 3 levels above us. We have time in which to get a little more powerful first. So, let's actually make Bloody Baron our... Oh no, not Bloody Baron. Ladies of the Wood, our primary quest now. Talk to the Alderman of DOWNWARREN about the village's problem. Remind me what that is. Later learned that Hendrik had meant a different individual, one who dwelt in Crookback Bog. Granny, rather than Kirametz, was the witch in question. The Witcher ventured into the swamps, determined to find the bog-dwelling witch and ask her about Ciri. And she told us what? That we needed to talk to the people in DOWNWARREN in order to basically win their favor. And then once we do that, then we'll be able to do something else. They'll, like, give us some item that we'll end up putting on a stone as an offering. I don't know, it was a while ago at this point. But that's somewhere deep in the recesses of my memory.
Greetings. Nice village.
It's one way to open up the conversation.
Swamps.
if you say so.
You get by all right?
Aye, winter to
Geralt.
winter. Somehow we survive.
Recognize this dagger?
Perhaps.
Aye, master. I didn't know you belonged to them.
Well, yeah, you know, that's maybe a strong way of phrasing it. But I think this has the potential of sending the wrong message, as much as we want to imply that, you know, or I'm not even sure we do want to imply that we're not with the crones, because, well, they're the ones that are telling us to do this in the first place. So, yeah, let's just stick with the plan. Don't deviate from it here. Only has the potential to mess things up if we do that.
So you know who sent me. Good. Easier that way.
Forgive me. I didn't know you came from the Ladies of the Wood.
They help you often?
From the time of his cutting, every man is theirs. They be harsh mistresses, but they're fair. Just. Demanding they can be, but then nothing in life comes easy. Who drove off the plaguey airs? Who gave us seeds to plant? Round the other villages, they be eating the soles of their boots, whereas we, well, we get along well enough.
Alright. Young. Oh, yes. Yeah. Have you perhaps come across a young woman, maybe with relatively light hair? Who might
Heard
have
about an
passed by?
ashen-haired woman meeting the Ladies of the Wood?
I ain't heard nothing about that. Beg your question to the ladies, and they may answer. They knows all that happens in Velen.
They got informers?
The woods listen for them. A lone word at an ill hour can arouse their wrath, but they hear pleas and prayers as well. Once a swineherd lost a sow, sat and cried at the crossroads. The sow ran out of the trees as if chased by a devil, straight to the swineherd.
Okay. Sure.
I'm supposed to help solve your problem. Tell me what it is. Just the essentials.
The war awoke an ancient power. An evil one that feeds on bloodshed. Nightmares haunt our nights and days. Folks sleepwalk from their homes, never to return.
Ew.
Under the tree
sleepwalking
on the
itself,
whispering
maybe not so
hillock
bad.
they lie. Unburied, all. Fathers, sons, daughters, and mothers. Folk are afeared to move them. You must go there. The dark powers must be cast off.
Yeah. Could you perhaps describe this scenario a little bit further?
Need more details.
You must see for
Have you
yourself.
tried NyQuil?
Me grand's mum whacked me crosswise for straying near the Whispering Hillock. But what happens there now's a wonder. Few times folk from round here gathered to chop down the trees and burn the cursed soil back to use. None returned. The ground neath the weeds is white with human bones.
Okay. So, sounds like you picked a fantastic place to create your village.
When did all this start?
3 year back. I remember 'twas a warm day. Went to check the snares for game. Pulled a hare from me trap. It grew dark all of a sudden, though it was nigh on noontime. Thought it was a storm at first. A squeal pierced the air, near burst me ears. The hair rotted in me hands, and the leaves shriveled and yellowed, though it were yet the start of summer. Times have been ill ever since. Folks' teeth turn black as charcoal. Women folk fight like polecats, bawling and brawling over nothing. The young'uns, born crippled, lame, fear and cursing. Long have we pled for the ladies' help.
So, yeah, but like, why?
Ladies of the Wood don't know what this power is?
They know all. Old Thekla claimed they'd be punishing us.
Yeah,
Folks stopped
sounds like you
respecting
did something to
Some
make them
even
mad at you.
call them witches. But must not be they, for they sent you.
I'll look around the Whispering Hillock.
You be careful, Master Witcher. Don't ye treat this evil light.
Okay. Sure.